It's because I...
She doesn't finish the sentence, still fumbling around with the cylinder. The look on her face is akin to an awkward teenager. What? Please just tell me what you are trying to say.
What I'm trying to say is...
The cylinder drops out of her hand. It clanks loudly as it hits the ground, its top flying off. I cannot help but look deeper into its depths, unsure of what its contents... Oh, that's what its contents are. I should have known. A torrent of message gel erupts from within its depths, spreading along the ground where the cylinder landed. That must have been her escape plan. She drops this canister of message gel and it ensnares her opponent while she runs away. In that moment, Akane rushes towards me with reckless abandon. I reach for my pistol, but then I see that she has her arms wide open. My hand slowly leaves my pistol. It's then that the message gel begins to take a life on its own. Oh. The gel encases both of us, creating a translucent wall between her and me. In that moment, however, she manages to push through it and wraps her arms around me. Her body presses against mine, her warmth contrasting with the cool massage gel enveloping us. She looks me in the eyes. I swear, I can see small teardrops in the corner of hers.
Ever since I saw you on that digital pad, all of those long years ago, my heart couldn't stop beating so fast. Just looking at you, so strong, so brave.
Even as the gel quivers and vibrates around us, she does not let go of me.
You're my idol, the one who I loved the most. So strong, so brave, everything that I wasn't. An inspirational leader, everything I wanted to be.
Her voice wavers as she tries to keep control, yet her emotions are plainly visible to see. In this moment, her persona has completely broken. I'm seeing the real Akane now. There's no ego, no hubris, merely a vulnerable, fragile woman.
I know this sounds ridiculous coming from someone you don't know at all. I love you, Captain. This is why it's you. If I've proved myself through this game, then maybe you would respect me like you do Nami and Kotori. Then maybe you would respect me too.
So, that is the final piece of the puzzle, and the reason why she came all this way. It was obsession. It's me. It's me that she wanted to come to see. More than anyone else. It was me. I stand there, stunned, as she continues to cling to me. Despite everything, I did not really take the time to see how beautiful she was. Seeing her like this, so vulnerable, there's something very alluring about it. The gel around us continues to vibrate and massage my bare skin. Slowly, my arms slip through the gel and softly wrap themselves around her waist. Pulling her towards me, she quivers anxiously. Is that really how you feel, Akane? Is that really why you came all this way? To see me?
Yes, that is how I feel. You are everything I want to be, Captain.
Oh my god, that's like so embarrassing. Despite her being such a difficult opponent, I cannot help but comfort her. It's okay now, Akane, I gently whisper in her ear. It's okay. After dealing with the massage gel, Akane quietly sits next to me at the pool. She hasn't said anything more. Quietly, she drags her fingers along the water surface, watching the ripples slowly dissipate into the pool. There's something very melancholic about her.
I didn't want this to end so soon, but it had to end eventually. What are you going to do now, Captain?
I do not know yet. I want to understand why you are here. Please, could you tell me who you really are, Akane? I cannot be the only reason. There has to be something else driving her. Circumstances of some sort pushed her away from her home. Before I make the choice to send her back, I want to know exactly where I'm going to send her back to.
I see no point in avoiding it anymore.
She lets out a deep sigh.
Mother is an empress. There's an entire empire at her beck and call. And I am the only heir to her cold throne.
You're the heir to an empire?
Yes, I am.
Now it begins to make sense. Not at all, but go on, Queen. The bounty was placed to ensure that she would not escape. At the same time, however, Akane has been going under an alias to ensure she would evade a capture. You couldn't exactly go around spouting your imperial title if you wanted to be discreet. And surely, it would have been an incident that would shake an empire to its very foundations. The heir to an imperial throne simply slipped away into the night and there's no replacement. Such politics are not uncommon. They would have had to be extremely discreet with this, ensuring that no one found out the truth about Akane, so they did everything in the shadows. They placed a bounty on her alias, which people would hunt down, and she would be returned home, with none the wiser.
Does that change your opinion of me?
Well, I've never really been fond of imperialism, and I'm sure that you don't want to be treated that way.
Not at all.
She continues to run her fingers quietly along the water's surface.
I know that I'm being selfish. There's no one else with the legitimacy to claim the throne. My mother, I am her only child, so the burden falls on me. And I have run away to chase an idle dream.
She suddenly slams her hand in the water, making a small splash.
This isn't the life I want to lead. All of the politics, all of the lies, and the complete absence of any kind of motherly love. Mother carries the burden of an empire, so she couldn't be the one to raise me. Not enough time, not enough energy. One night, however, one of my mates gave me a digital pad. And for me, who had been sheltered my entire life, it was as though I have been given a window into the world outside. I had to hide it, but it was worth it.
She begins to smile as she reminisces.
One day I stumbled upon a video of these mercenaries. They were popular in our empire. There was even a television series based off of them. Those mercenaries were all of you. On that cold night, hiding underneath the bed sheets of my all-too massive bed, I felt a flame in my heart. Lessons on combat, training to increase my stamina, reading to sharpen my mind. All of these things became my life, because I wanted to be like my idols. I wanted to chase that distant dream. With my own strength, I wanted to reach out to you and seize you. I wanted to prove to myself that I could be just like you. So I chased this adventure. The crimes... the true friends are the crimes I committed along the way. The crimes I committed along the way, I suppose it was to spite my own mother. If the word ever got out that her illustrious daughter was a petty criminal...
She shakes her head.
I suppose that doesn't matter now. Every adventure has to end eventually. I don't know how I thought I could best my idols.
She lets out a small laugh.
I know that I cannot stay here. Everyone has heard about the bounty by now. The entire galaxy is probably looking for me.
Sadly, she slides her hand down the window.
The only way this ends is with you sending me back to my mother. You collect your bounty and you can spend that 1 billion Imperial dollars however you please. You have your entire future now, Captain. So of course that will be what you choose.
Call me Shika, Akane.
Is that really okay?
Of course it is.
Okay then, Chica. I think we already know the outcome here. So, I'm willing to go along with whatever you decide to do. Please let me know when you're going to take me home. I will go back with you to that room.
She does think I'm going to do that. However, the truth is that I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. I put my hand on her shoulder. I need to talk to my crew about something.
Okay. I won't try to escape again. I promise. I know that I cannot beat you.
Now that we've broken down the shell of her ego, it's so interesting to see who she is. To her, we are the ideal that she can never chase. Slowly, I guide her back to her room.
Interesting conversation you had, Captain.
It was a private conversation. You need to stop eavesdropping.
As you wish.
Please inform Kotori and Nami that I'm going to hold a meeting in 1 hour's time. There's something urgent that we need to discuss.
Acknowledged.
After everyone has been caught up, we seem to be uncertain of what decision we should come to. This is probably going to be the most difficult decision of our careers. Considering the circumstances, do you want to send her back? I will not judge either of you for your decision.
I'm still mad at her.
Kotori pouts.
It's 1 million Imperial dollars. If we
Actually, it's 1 billion.
Fuck you! 1 billion Imperial dollars. If we hand her in, there are infinite possibilities. If we don't, then we're letting a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity slip through our fingers. I wish this bounty was straightforward. Grab person, dump person at pickup zone, get money. But this just turned out to be one of the most difficult bounties ever.
Also wenn das schwerste Bounty war, den sie jemals hatten, dann muss der Job ja echt easy sein.
Yeah. On the other hand, I've already told you that I wouldn't want to give up this life, even if we had all of that money. Maybe it would be better to let this one go.
Nami has not voiced her opinion yet. What do you think, Nami? She always makes reasonable judgments regardless of the situation. Her opinion will carry a lot of weight for me.
I want that money. While she has caused a lot of trouble for us, we have to be fair. Not once did she actually try to harm us. It really is just a game to her. Our reputations were on the line, but compared to losing our lives, this isn't the worst thing that could happen. I think, even though this has been a long-winded and ultimately frustrating bounty, the experience itself was more than enough payment for the trouble.
Damn, it's really the friends we made along the way, huh?
However, $1 billion Imperial dollars? Even I can't ignore that much money. We're currently stuck on this company ship for our living quarters. Being able to buy a ship that rivals this one in size, that could change our future entirely. So this is not a decision we can rush in any regard.
I have to admit that it was kind of fun. It also put things into perspective. I am too rash. I'm also far too easy to taunt. If our opponent had been someone out to hurt us, it could have ended a lot worse than it did.
It's a fair observation. Akana has been the most challenging opponent we have had in a very long time. She's intelligent, she's well trained, and she has the resources to do a lot of damage. Despite how elusive she proved, it was thrilling to play this game of cat and mouse with her. I just don't know. We are holding not only our future in our hands, but we are holding hers as well. Could we live with the fact that we sent that girl back to the cage she tried so desperately to escape from? As I walk into the room, Akane looks up to me.
Captain, is it time for me to go back?
I just quietly sit down next to her. What do you think is going to happen next?
Well, of course you're going to turn me in. What other choice is there to make? It's the choice that I would make in your position, because I know how much freedom it would grant you. Please, don't feel guilty. I've had my adventure, and I'm content with that. Even if I have to sit up on that cold throne for another 50 years, at least I will have this small moment of freedom to reflect back upon.
We aren't sending you back, Akana. She just looks at me with shock.
But you have to send me back. People are looking for me everywhere in this galaxy, probably beyond it too. If people found out that you were holding a fugitive with you, especially me, do you know how much of a disaster that would be for all of you? My mother would send an entire legion of Imperial assassins to hunt you down.
Do you know the ship's next destination? We are going to be traveling to a galaxy far, far away from here. Even with the Imperial assassins and bounty hunters, it would take them a very long time to find us.
But why are you doing this for me?
We are very gay. Because all of us here remember being like you. All of us wanted freedom. That's why we chose this career in the first place. Believe it or not, Akana, you aren't so different from us, and it would be a waste to send such a talented person to rot on top of a throne. I pull out a bundle of forms. I'm going to leave this application form here. These are papers which I have requested from the company manager on the ship. As an employee, it will be rather easy for you to transfer into our team. I have spoken to Kotori and Nami about it, and they have agreed that you won't be sent away. Of course, I do not wish to ignore your own wishes too. I stand up, leaving the papers on the bed. If you want to stay, simply sign these forms and present them before the ship's manager. If you want to go back, then simply say so the next time I visit you. Obviously, this is going to be a big decision for you, so I want to give you time to think about it. She simply stares at the papers.
I do need more time to think about it.
She quickly picks up the pen and twirls it around in her fingers. Remember, Akana, we will agree with whatever choice you make. Your future is now in your hands.
Would you really let me work with you all? Come with you on your adventures?
I don't see why not. With you on our team, I think our future would be brighter than ever. For the first time, I see a genuine smile on her face.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you so much.
Having either another crew member or a future Empress as our friend, we've managed to ensure that our future is going to hold good things no matter what we do. And most importantly, we've allowed Akana to choose her own future. I know that it's going to be a difficult decision for her. She either chooses duty or she chooses the freedom she has always craved. I cannot help but feel guilty for putting that burden on her. The burden of free choice?
I hate that.
But allowing her to choose for herself is the right thing to do. I will come back in a few hours. I hope you will find the answer you want then.
Yes, I hope that I will too.
I slowly step out of the room, giving Akana time to think. Well then, I wonder what choice you will make.
Money!
Oh, unerwarteterweise machen wir tatsächlich die Choice.
Ich dachte schon so, okay, wir haben überhaupt gar keine Choice, aber
Das steht doch außer Frage, oder? Wir wollen
wir wollen Money.
Ja.
Nein.
Money! Oh,
Ich höre die ganze Zeit Money, deshalb...
Freedom. Du willst nicht die Lesbian Adventures machen. Kannst du noch nicht erzählen.
But the money.
Ja,
$1
Lesbian Gags? Warte. Lesbian Legs?
Pool party with a bigger pool.
Well,
Say
dann
Gags.
muss ich wohl einen Würfel würfeln.
Ich
Ich habe keinen Würfel in der Hand, ich nehme einfach das erste. Well, I think that she would choose her own freedom. If she has come all of this way from a palace of all places, then there's no way that she would be willing to give up her dream now. It also fits her profile. She does not want to be caged. She doesn't want that throne. She will only go back there if she feels that she has to. Given the circumstances and the fact that we are leaving this galaxy soon, I think she's going to stay with us. Well, I suppose the only way I will know for sure is when the time comes. I just hope that she will be able to find happiness, no matter what she chooses.
Now, that went well, didn't it, Captain?
Didn't I tell you to stop eavesdropping?
As you wish.
Nami and Kotori come walking up the hall.
How did it go?
Did you let her choose herself?
I've given her the papers. What happens next is up to her.
This is going to be a long wait then.
To say the least. I need to go for a swim. The anticipation is killing me.
Despite all of the conflicts we've had with her, everyone seems to hold her in high regards. We can't do anything else for her, so all we can do is wait. I enter the room slowly. Akane is exactly where I left her, still sitting there with those papers in her hands. The pen rests by her side. Akane?
Captain?
Have you made a decision yet? This is probably going to be the defining moment of her entire lifetime. What she picks now is going to change our lives and hers forever. With that in mind, I cannot help but wait with bated breath. Slowly, she stands up. She walks to me bit by bit and puts the papers in my hands.
If it would not bother everyone on board, I would like to stay. I know that my responsibilities back home are going to be crushing, but I want to chase my dream, even if it's just for a little bit longer. Is that fine with you, Captain?
I smile and put my hand on her shoulder. That's fine by me, Akane. I cannot help but notice her blush when I touch her.
It's odd. Why am I feeling like this, just after being touched by you?
She puts her hands on her face, trying to hide her blushing cheeks.
Oh, I should be more composed than this.
It's fine. You really do worry too much, Akane.
Maybe I do.
Nami is not so different from you in that regard.
Really? It's almost like the same person is speaking in the both of us.
Yep, there are some things about us which even our cult following can't work out. Anyway, since you have accepted our offer, there are some people I would like you to meet. I gesture towards the door as it slides open. As we walk through the hall, Akane looks around curious at her surroundings.
I once dreamed of being able to walk these halls freely. Sometimes dreams can come true.
She smiles to herself.
I cannot believe it. Is this really happening? Someone pinch me and make sure that I'm not asleep.
I pinch her.
Ah! You actually did it.
Of course I did. I cannot ignore the request of my newest crew member now, can I?
Crew member? Oh, this is really happening, is it?
Well, I just pinched you. If this was a dream, you would have woken up by now. Or am I wrong?
Well, I would like to give it a day or two before I can conclude that's the truth. I can have really deep dreams sometimes.
That is fair enough. Another eccentric crew member to manage, but that's just part of the job, I suppose. Eventually, we arrive at our destination. Kotori and Nami are waiting in the meeting room. Say hello to our newest member, Akane.
Greetings, Akane. I look forward to working with you. I am sure that with your skills, we will be more successful than ever with our endeavors.
Nami offers her hand to Akane. With a bit of awkwardness, Akane firmly clasps it.
I am going to be very pleased to work with you, Nami. I always did think that you were brilliant. Why, thank you. You have proven to be very resourceful too. I've had some training from the galaxy's finest.
Kotori pouts a little bit, but she reluctantly offers her hand to Akane.
I'm still mad at you. But it's nice that you're part of the team now. But you could still give me that massage gel. I hate to admit it, but you're pretty skilled with that whip.
I do not think I could have beaten you if I had not used organic materials in my whip, Kotori. You are incredible.
Spare me the flattery.
Although Kotori is actually a bit bratty, I think that she accepted that Akane is going to become a permanent part of our lives. Akane bows before me respectfully.
I am in your hands, Captain.
Oh, you will be.
Please show me the way to become a great mercenary, just like you.
Oh, I will. I think you will be able to figure it out on yourself. Somehow, it just feels right having her here. Although there are going to be potential threats in the future, assassins, bounty hunters, and whatever else that Empress can throw at us. I think that we have a bright future with Arcana in our ranks. There are an infinite number of stars out there in the universe. Who knows where we will be drifting to next? We may not have acquired 1 billion Imperial dollars, but we have gained a comrade who will be on our side to the very end. With her in our team, the entire universe had better watch out. We are going to carve a legacy into the stars themselves. I do not know what the future holds, but with all of these wonderful people by my side, I'm sure that it will hold great things.
Huh?
Your overall investigation score was 8 out of 20. Willst du mir etwas sagen, wir haben nicht the most optimal way gegangen?
Ja, gut, das ist fair. Ist die Frage, macht das einen Unterschied, außer dass hier eine andere Zahl steht?
Keine Ahnung. Some of your guesses were correct. No. Some of our choices were deliberately wrong. There's definitely room for improvement. Na. Und das ist...
There's nothing suspicious about anything.
Haben die keine Proofreader?
No.
Nein.
Liberty.
Yeah, there certainly took someone a lot of liberty when writing this. Ja, ich hätte jetzt nicht gedacht, dass wir tatsächlich in dieser Aufnahme fertig werden.
Auf
Haben wir
irgendeinem
etwa-
Punkt habe ich es mir schon gedacht.
Das mich aber doch ein bisschen wundert, so. Eigentlich habe ich ja eine ganz besondere Version hier installiert.
Ich wollte gerade fragen, gibt es nicht ein paar CGs, die wir noch sehen müssten?
Ja, definitiv, da habe ich das Gefühl.